Today the topic of discussion is flame, the one of the most hot topic uh, that's just blowing the entire internet right now is Flutter game engine. Okay, and why it's the most hot topic that is being discussed everywhere in the entire internet is like it's because it's a game engine that helps you to that provides all the functionality needed for you to develop your game, and it makes your life easier if you are really interested in making games. Okay, and without wasting any time, like let's go through the how to create the games. Okay, and before that I would also like give you some little concepts, like some little interesting concepts are there are some standalone packages like flame audio for audio capabilities, flame forged 2D for like physics capabilities, and flame tiled where you can use flame tile package to load custom maps, tiles, add collision layer to your app to improve your game, like flame SVG for SVG rendering support. Some packages which are like flame engine actually is evolving right now. There are some still like some concepts which are still not being implemented, like for example, if you really want to create a multiplayer game, you have to you have to really use some packages which is really which is outside the flame engine ecosystem. That means like flame engine still doesn't support multiplayer games. Okay, so if you are really want to create complex multiplayer games, I suggest you personally suggest you to use Nakama, like some packages like Nakama and Firebase. Okay, and also I suggest you, if you are loading external assets from the internet, you can use do packages, or you can use to create sprite image assets using dart ui image instances. And okay, guys, let's go right to the code, and let's create the basic Flutter game. Okay, so what's the concept? like the concept is pretty easy, guys. Let me import the drill dart package here, and what I want to tell you is let me create an instance of a game which is pretty much like a instance of a flame game. Okay, before that, guys, actually I just forget to tell you, like obviously you have to install the flame package. Okay, first of the thing is like uh, just add this flame dependencies to your pubspec.yaml file. Actually I have already written the added the flame engine, okay, which is the these packages to my dependency in pubspec.yaml file. And actually I also have added the flame audio. I already told you before that flame audio, and there are so many other standalone packages that I have told you. These are like standalone packages. That means it's not provided by the flame engine. Okay, it's different. So if you are want to add those packages, then you have to um, like separately add those standalone packages. Okay, so I have, for the moment I have added these two packages. And guys, let's go right through the game development. And okay, another interesting concept is also there is a game widget. Okay, so actually like these two lines of code, if I run, okay, this two lines of code, I will be getting a very blank uh, black screen, which is um, like a background of the game. Okay, so let me run the my I'm actually running the app. Yeah, as you can see here, I have loaded the game uh, in the game widget. Okay, so what is the game widget actually? Okay, game widget is a Flutter widget. Like if you are a Flutter developer, you will know that a widget. What is a widget? Actually our entire application is a widget, right, in Flutter. So there is a widget tree. So and this widget tree consists of different other components, okay. And actually the entire game that you develop in a Flame is a is inserted, the entire game is inserted inside a Flutter widget tree, okay. So this is the concept, okay. So the and this Flutter widget tree that is inserted in, it's called like game widget, okay. So actually we are, when you are running the creating a game, we are creating a widget named as a game widget, and this widget consists of the entire game, the Flutter game, okay. So for the moment, as you can see here, I have seen a very black screen right here. Actually, you know, it's like a empty, so like it's giving you a entire game screen, okay, like a Flame game. And you can go through this concept. So actually, you know, fundamentally, you know, what is the fundamental of a game, what a game consists of. Usually the basics of game is, actually all games are built with two methods. One is a render that takes the canvas for drawing the current state of the game, and the another is update that takes this timestamp dt in milliseconds, delta time in milliseconds, and updates the next state, like updates the screen, right. So actually this is like, what it has done is it has created the empty canvas of this game, okay. So now our, it's our the work of the developer to add sprite images or music, background music, you know. So let me try to add a simple sprite image, okay, add the component. So as also another interesting concept, guys, is like a Flame game. What is this Flame game? Flame engine implements the component based system called Flame component system, okay. Actually this Flame game, it's a components based system. As you can see here, this Flame game class provided by our Flame game engine extends the component with game, okay. So this game, actually it's like a parent abstract class which has complete which has implemented these two fundamentals of game development, is like, as I told you, update and render method, which will always be happening, you know, when you are this fundamental concept usually updates and renders the our game canvas, right. As I was as I have also described here before. And Flame game class adds the component to the game and calls the update and render methods of all the components that has been added to the game. So actually you can add so let me, this is like, actually it's a Flame game class, okay. Actually now I want to create my own game, game class, okay. So let me create a class called my game extends Flame game. So this is like my custom class, okay. I want to create a custom Flame game class, okay. And then I have to override onload method here, which is a asynchronous method, okay. And here we can, as you can see here, Flame game class adds the component to the game and calls the update and render method of all the components that has been added to the game. So this flame game class, it's a custom game class which is called my game, which calls the load method, okay, which will actually you can add components here, okay. You can add any, okay, add components, and these components that you add here will call the update and render method of all the components that has been added. So you can add multiple components here, right. You can add component 1, component 2, right. So you can add any number of components here, right. So and all these components that you will add we'll go through all those methods of update and render. Okay, so you can add components by calling add methods, as I have seen here, and also you can remove components, right, by calling component. But these are is not the way of writing components. You can, as like, you can add all, or remove all method. Okay, so before that I want to create a component. Okay, I want to add a component which is pretty much like a sprite component. Okay, there are also some custom already provide components from the Flame engine. Okay, it's called sprite component. So I want to create a sprite. I want to add a sprite image. But before that, I would also like to give you the simple uh, concept of how the assets are being structured in a Flame engine. I mean, sorry, in the Flame your game project, right? How you are going to manage the assets, because when you are creating a game, like you will have a lot of assets, right? You have assets like images, you will have musics. Okay, you can have music also can be have like audio, like a background music, or also SFX music, like when you are shooting, like your game can have a music which are very short, like for example shooting music, like so, or like like clapping music, like when you win the game, like some SFX audio, or you can have a long background music. So all these are separated into audio and images files, as I will show you here in the project. I have already created actually a asset which is divided into two subfolders. One is audio and another is a image. So you add all your images here, and you add all your audio files here, right? And another thing, like, you have to be careful is like you have to always uh, like modify your pubspec the YAML file in this way, so that your assets will be available to use, right? So for the moment here I have just declared that I have added a background music and a Flame PNG image file, so I can pretty much use this right now here. So now let me create the Flame sprite. Let me load this sprite, actually load sprite. The path that I have is it's called this is the path. So I have already declared the path here in my pubspec.yml file. So I have just declared the path here. So for this reason I just can pretty much use and load this sprite image file site, right? Actually it's all asynchronous task, so I just have to wait for that. So what is your sprite component consist of? A sprite component consists of a sprite, obviously. So my sprite is Flame sprite. And what else I have to add? Interesting thing is like I have to add a size. Actually you can see here your size is a vector2, right, of type vector2. So vector2, let me add double x and y. X is like width and height, right? Width is, let me write 100, height is 150, right? What else, right, guys? You can also have a position. Actually position is like camera viewport effective size by 2. Okay, so and there is also another I want to anchor it into Anchor, sorry guys. Anchor center. Okay, so I think this is gonna load the engine, but I want to just use my custom game, my game class, right? Not the flame game class. So let me modify this with my game, and let me run the application again. Voila guys, as you can see here, before it was a blank screen, right? A blank canvas. Now I have added a sprite image, and this is the sprite image, guys. So yeah, it's very easy, guys. As you can, with these few lines of code, you have created your game. So I want to also show you another interesting thing, guys. Is sorry uh, okay, let me add actually I have added a let me check out. Yeah, actually I have also added a flame audio. So let me give you a simple sample of how to uh, load play music. Okay, let me create a normal background music. So I want to actually flame use this package, standalone package called flame audio, to play the audio. Okay, file. So file name will be, this is the audio file that I have, is bgmusic.ogg. Okay, whenever you load the site, then also it will play the music now. So on detach, so when you are detached flame audio, stop. Okay, when your game is detached, then I mean, like, you stop the audio playing, right? So otherwise you play the audio. So let's see that if it works. I don't know, guys, as you are, if you're listening, but we have the audio playing here. Yeah, okay, now I stop the audio. So that's it, guys, and I hope you like the my tutorial. Actually, there are also other interesting things you can do, also orientation. um, so every time also, and there is another interesting thing: when the orientation change of the claim, every time the orientation change, flame claim will call all the components on game resize method, and it will also pass the information to the camera and viewpoint. So all this life cycle is handled by the flame game. And so flame game life cycle, you can get a brief introduction of how the life cycle of the flame game works in this way. So at first, of the flame game life cycle is on game resize. So the game, this method is called, okay, and then on load is called, as you can see here, on load method that I have written here. This is called, but this is called only once. um, okay, while all the other methods are run every time. Like for example, on mount is called, then on update is called, and render, all this update and render just keep on working in a loop when the game when the player is playing the game, right? So when the player is playing the game, like any does multiple actions, update and render keeps on working, and these are all running every time in the game. But onload is just runs once at a time, right? Once, only at once. Okay, so that means when the game is loaded, and when you remove the on remove is called, and if added a new parent, then again on game resize is called. And so this is how the flame game lifecycle runs. Okay, so guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed my tutorial, and I will be coming up with the multiple other tutorials explaining more about other standalone packages. I will also try to make you understand in depth about how to create more other multiple custom components. Okay, so just keep on following. Just if you really like the tutorial, just leave a comment below, or if you have any comments, just write me. And thank you for listening, and hope to see you soon, guys, and bye bye.